Picture this. You're grabbing the mail, flipping through, and boom, there it is. That thick envelope from the Illinois tollway. If your stomach just dropped, believe me, you are not alone. Get this, over a recent 3-year stretch, Illinois motorists racked up a staggering $110 million in unpaid tolls. Yeah, million. Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're taking all that tollway anxiety and turning it into pure empowerment. We're going to walk through the exact step-by-step process to handle these notices online completely stress-free. So how do we even get to $110 million? Well, it happens because millions of these invoices go out every single year. Let's be real. Missing a cashless toll is incredibly easy to do. You're driving, you don't hear a beep, and you forget about it. But ignoring it, that's where the real headache starts, and we're going to fix that today. Okay, here's our game plan for today's explainer. 1. The anatomy of a toll violation. 2. The escalation timeline. 3. Step-by-step online payment. 4. Pro tips for smart motorists. And 5. Troubleshooting and disputes. Let's kick things off with Section 1, the anatomy of a toll violation. A while back, the tollways shifted from a highly punitive model to a much more structured invoicing system. They basically classify your debt into 3 distinct tiers. First up, you've got unpaid tolls. This is exactly what it sounds like, and it happens during a 14-day grace period right after you drive. If you don't pay within those 14 days, those tolls turn into invoices. These are consolidated bills that tack on a small fee. Finally, if you ignore those invoices, the debt escalates into violations. These bad boys are managed by a totally separate entity called Violation Enforcement Services, or VES for short. Knowing exactly where you stand in this 3-tier system is absolutely crucial before you even try to log on and pay. Moving right along to Section 2, the escalation timeline explained. Think of this timeline as a ticking clock. It really shows how ignoring a simple missed toll snowballs rapidly. Look, for the first 14 days, you owe literally just the toll amount, 0 fees. But at day 30, you get a first invoice, and boom, a $3 fee is attached. By day 90, that fee jumps to $8. But if you cross that 120-day mark, things get really serious. Your debt turns into a notice of violation. They slap a $20 fine onto the existing fees, meaning you're paying $28 in penalties for toll. Hit day 180, and your debt is shipped off to a collection agency. Trust me, you do not want to reach that dark red stage. To help you figure out where you are on that timeline, the tollway actually color codes your mail. It gives you instant visual cues on how severe your debt is, and crucially, which website you need to use to pay it. If the paper in your hand has a black and gray Illinois Tollway logo, you're looking at a standard invoice. But if that logo is bright orange, you've got an escalated notice of violation. That orange logo is a massive warning sign that your debt has officially moved over to Violation Enforcement Services. All right, on to Section 3, step-by-step online payment. What's super important here is that matching your specific document to the right online portal dictates exactly how much you'll pay in penalty fees. Plus, it ensures your payment actually goes through correctly. If you're still in that 14-day grace period, just use pay-by-plate on the agency's website. No fees whatsoever. If you've got that black and gray invoice, head over to getipass.com/notices and punch in your invoice number. But if you're holding that orange notice of violation, you absolutely must go to the VES portal at dsparkingportal.com/ILVES. And here's a cool little lifeline. Notice that the VES portal accepts a service called Defer It. That actually lets you split your payment into 4 installments, which is a total lifesaver if those fines have piled up way too high. Let's break this entire process down into 4 seamless steps. Step 1, identify your document by its logo color. Step 2, type the corresponding URL into your browser. Step 3, put in your license plate or specific invoice number. Oh, and a quick pro tip on this one, make sure you disable any pop-up or ad blockers in your browser settings. Sometimes they block the payment window from loading, which is incredibly frustrating. Finally, step 4, submit your payment securely using a credit card or ACH. Follow these 4 steps and you'll navigate the digital payment system confidently without wasting time or accidentally paying the wrong department. Now for my favorite part, Section 4, Pro Tips for Smart Motorists. Proactive account management is hands down the best way to ensure you never have to deal with one of those orange envelopes. Let's say you just drove through a toll. You can actually backdate your license plate info up to 14 days on the pay-by-plate site to catch it before it turns into a fine. Pretty neat, right? Now, if you have an iPass, do yourself a favor, log into your settings right now and enable auto-replenish. This pre-authorizes the tollway to charge your card when your balance gets low. If you're not into auto-replenish, you really need to set calendar reminders for your payment deadlines so they don't slip through the cracks. Also, if you buy a new car or rent one, update your plate on your account immediately. And hey, if you're going through a tough time financially, check out the iPass Assist program. It lowers prepayment requirements and can actually dismiss invoice fees if you meet the income requirements. So why am I stressing this proactive stuff so much? Well, here's the sobering reality. Back in 2020, the License to Work Act was passed, which is great because it protects your actual driver's license from being suspended over toll debts. But, and this is a huge but, it does not protect your car. If you ignore these violations and rack up 5 or more final orders of liability, the tollway has the legal authority to ask the Secretary of State to suspend your vehicle's registration. That means you cannot legally drive that car, get pulled over, and you're looking at nasty citations and even potential impoundment. Which brings us to Section 5. Troubleshooting and dispute resolution. Look, if you're hitting the tollway frequently, you need a game plan for when you get billed unfairly. The tollway relies heavily on automated license plate readers and massive internal databases, and let's be honest, technology isn't perfect. Errors absolutely can and do happen. To give you a perfect example, let's talk about the infamous mid-2026 system glitch. Due to an internal processing delay, the system retroactively billed around 100,000 customers for tolls dating all the way back to July of the previous year. And get this, under state regulations, the tollway is perfectly within its legal rights to bill your account up to 1 full year post-travel. So when they finally fixed the glitch, a massive wave of delayed transactions posted to accounts instantly, generating warnings of impending fees for totally unsuspecting drivers. Technical delays like this can silently spawn massive violations, which is why checking your app periodically is absolutely essential. You just can't set it and forget it. If you find yourself wrongfully charged, misidentified by a camera, or caught in a system glitch like we just talked about, you have rights. You can jump online and fill out a sworn affidavit of non-liability to formally dispute the charge. But if you're feeling overwhelmed and just need a real human being to help sort it out, call their customer service hotline at 1-800-824-7277. The reps are there weekdays from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Please don't let a computer's mistake drain your wallet. Reach out and get it fixed. So the question is, are you going to leave your financial peace of mind up to an automated system, or are you ready to take proactive control today? By managing your accounts diligently, a simple $3 missed toll never has to turn into a suspended registration. When you understand the timeline, know exactly which portal to use based on envelope color, and use tools like auto-replenish, you are completely in the driver's seat. Thank you so much for joining us for this explainer. If you found this helpful, please share it with anyone else who might be staring down an orange envelope right now. And just a quick final note. While we strive to give you the most accurate and up-to-date guidance based on our sources, tollway policies and fees can occasionally shift. Always verify the latest policies directly on the official Illinois Tollway website, or just contact their customer service for personal assistance. Stay safe out there on the roads.